Howdy, howdy, howdy. It has been way too long since we've been on, but welcome to the K12 Esports League uh, page where we're doing some Fortnite Zero Builds tonight with some of our players in the league. I'm Dustin Owens, the coordinator of the K12 Esports League, along with the commissioner, Robbie. Robbie, how's it been since competitive season and obviously coming into the Zero Build event tonight?
Ah, you know, I think I mean I'm doing great. I know you're doing great. I know our kids are doing great, but it's a little boring out of season, right? So, surprise, we are back with a Zero Builds 1 day event with some of our K12 Esports League players. We are going to be doing two matches tonight. Bringing all the action here to our Twitch page, and we can't wait to actually get in there. And it looks like we are in there, so we're going to send that over. You can see our beautiful faces a little this one here today. Some of our teams are definitely gonna be a little bit switched up. It just has like I get into my disclaimers as always for the beginning of streams. But with it being out of season, we have some teams that are a mix of varsity and open players. We have some open lobbies, or sorry, some open teams that have been switched around just a little bit. So the team names or the players on these teams may be a little bit different than what we're used to seeing here tonight, Dustin. But regardless, it is going to be fun. Again, we're doing a 1 day Zero Builds event for our students, trying to keep them engaged, have some fun esports related things that they can participate in for the rest of the school year. Very excited for this one. As always, just a couple of things. If you're in the Twitch chat, reminder, we are at a school event. Keep that vibey, keep it positive, keep it fun, as we will see Anthony Games 06 get a nice knock onto Tangled Fern. I'm going to quickly finish my disclaimers here. We are on a 3-minute delay, and again, let's keep chat vibey and positive. Let's have some fun today. With that, Anthony Games 06 getting another knock onto Eli Fast. Kind of going crazy here today in Nova's. Also getting Not a Believer down. We are on a 3-knock spree here for Anthony Games. And I mean, this is not a name that we recognize from the Varsity League, Dustin, so this has to be an open player. Must be a no builds phenom.
Yeah, and his teammate's going to go down, but in the process, getting that team wipe over here at Four Fields, Anthony Games helping out his team. Now they're going to be in a really good position to be able to get looted up. Obviously, already having some good weapons, and obviously having that pizza and the shield and everything too. We've had some updates obviously within Fortnite since our competitive season. So while some of these POIs and everything are going to be the same, some of them are also going to be very different. There's going to be a couple different weapons and everything like that, a couple different movement items coming in, especially being in the zero builds field versus the the standard battle royale and everything. As we see this Vava team coming up, a big Vava team coming up on this other team. Loganson currently getting knocked and everything in the process of Burrell. They're going to try to get Titan Fighter up at the same time. And yeah, like over here at this PI, it looks like we're having a few teams kind of duke it out in the process.
There's actually so many players here. It's going to be interesting to see who does come out on top. Titan Fighter trying to use that right hand advantage. It does go down regardless. This team here will actually almost get wiped. We do have Matt DLG still up and alive. Real Steel right now is knocked. Will probably get taken out as well. But we'll see Matt, who does have 3 eliminations for themselves, rotate out, make the smart play. No need to take a 1v4 or a 1v like 6 potentially, based on the amount of players that we saw there. But as we're going to be going around here looking for different fights and things like that, there's a couple things I want to call out, but I'll find the right time for that, as we do have Void 2 Nova trying to rotate out of Storm right now, getting hit in the back, and we will see the bubble shield come out as well. The meta here in no builds so different than what we see as the meta for builds, right? You don't have the luxury to just throw down a build and give yourself cover right away. You have to play a little bit different. I say a little bit different, like it's honestly a lot of bit different compared to the builds game mode, right? And again, continuing to just find the action. I am the Walrus from Lavka with couple of different teammates again. It's so cool to see the mixed teams here today. Trying to take down this team, but will unfortunately get knocked. The good thing is the storm's not ticking very hard for that team that did just take down Walrus. They'll be able to rotate out, and then for Walrus, you know, we do have Killer Frost 25 still up as well, taking this rift, maybe trying to find a reboot van. We will have to see here, but man, with only 65 people in the lobby, Dustin, we are actually seeing so much action already.
Yeah, and I think it's just a true testament to not only the teams, but the fact that we are in this zero build. You know, not enough to really be able to build up. Obviously, only the bunkers and the shields and everything that they have. And obviously, as a zero build player, definitely want to see some of these players having some of those movement abilities, whether it's those the different shockwave grenades than what we're typically used to, or even the power gloves, which we do see in Airmail Raptors kit right there, giving you a little bit of an advantage because of not having any kind of shelter. You need to have some different vantage points. Airmail coming down onto Titan Fighter unaware of them being right there, is going to get some good shots off. And is going to try to hide a little bit in the process, but it's going to get sought out by Dizzy, and they're able to take out that Vava team that had just come back, and so I believe that would be a squad wipe on that Vava team.
And this Idaho team we have to look out for here today in this Lobby 1 and Lobby 2. Again, we're only running 2 lobbies. Last spring we did this exact same event. This Idaho team came out on top, so definitely be on the lookout. I mean, look at their eliminations already. At 11, with 47 players still alive as well, 15 squads still in this one. They have a lot of work that they can still do, as we will see Killer Frost drop, unfortunately. Last player for their team will be wiped out. We're down to 14 now total, but on board now with the Kava 1 squad, or you know, we actually don't really have team names for these guys, because we have Rory and Fishy, who we know very well from the Kava 1 team, but we also have Lath from the Kava 2 team, and Stars, who unless there was a name change, is an open player from Kava, but they're playing really good at the moment. 6 eliminations for this team as a total. We're seeing Fishy with 3. Shot is on point here today for them. In Kava, we know these guys as positioning players, right? They play for positioning. It is just so much different in no builds. I mean, obviously you still play for positioning, but how you do it really changes. But seeing Void in the distance is late in this Kava team, and they are quickly rotating. Great damage going down onto Anya. Anya will drop and be taken out fully, kind of in an island, kind of close to their teammates, but what was a little bit far away. So for the other 3, they're gonna want to group together and try and play this one out. But unfortunately, Anthony is getting kind of singled out and having to rotate out away from their other 2 teammates. Really far shots, so they should be safe for the moment. But yeah, this is gonna be fun here today, Dustin. One thing I think we've kind of touched on it, that I really want to talk about here is the meta, right? So again, with no builds, you really, what we see typically is players will carry 2 weapons, a long range and a close range, and then the rest of their kit, those other 3 spots, are for mobility items or bunker items or heals, and sometimes you'll see players do the 2 weapons, 2 mobility items, and then 1 heal, which you know, is actually wild, and it makes complete sense as well. So we'll be looking at those loadouts all day long to see how those do pan out, but we will see Dizzy from Idaho take down Devilish Stare 65 as they were trying to rotate out and away. Devilish there saw 1 player, thought they were alone, tried to take the fight, and then saw 4 and tried to rotate away. But we'll switch on board now with Emerald Ace and their teammates and see what they're up to here.
Yeah, and I happen to see, looks like there's another Vava team across the way, as I did see small G-Nate, recognize them from one of the Vava Open teams and everything originally, but looks like Emerald Ace getting fired upon, is going to get knocked in the process, though, with all 4 of those players coming down, trying to get this elimination officially. Or actually, okay, that's going to be Loganson and Always Dan coming in from one of the Wava teams here. But they still have Yo Mama up as one of their teammates. Funny name here. Obviously, not used to seeing that particular name in our varsity lobbies and everything, but hey, that's not a problem at all. They're going to be looking to see if they can get their teammates and everything back online before this is all said and done.
Absolutely, and the zone is getting pretty small at this point. We're getting close-ish to our end game, as again, we're not dropping with the full lobby here today. We have about 65 players on board with Sevi, Annihilate, Cookie Man, and Ted the Turtle, who most of these players are from the Kava Open team, who absolutely, I don't want to say absolutely dominated the Open League, as I'm double checking here, did not actually place this season for Open, but demons on the map, that's for sure, as they did really well in the fall season. But again, with that, no build so much different than builds. Playing for positioning is Verdena, Silence the Potato, and Mohawk. They had the I'm not sure what it's called specifically, but they had the ability or the glowing body, right? So that they didn't take any fall damage. Really lucky there for Verdena, that is for sure. But this team right here, again, we're not so versed on our open teams, but this team in position, actually in a great spot on top of this rock. They are getting shots taken at them from very far away, but for the moment, I mean, they're very, very safe, which is probably exactly where they want to be. With 0 eliminations right now, this is probably a team that just likes to play specifically for placement, not take fights that they don't have to take, and get those eliminations as they come to them, which can be very, very smart.
Yeah, absolutely. And down here with Always Dan, Puppy Pug getting knocked in the process and actually very quickly eliminating more shards on the Idaho team and everything. Always Dan able to try to get Peanut Monkey back up while in this booth, or in this bunker, I mean. It looks like they're going to get a little bit of help from their teammates as well after coming out from that fight. Looking pretty good. Going to need to take some of that pizza to get healed back up, but overall looking pretty solid with the 9 kills and everything overall, and each of their loadouts looking very promising for the end of this matchup.
Oh, absolutely. Wava, not only good at builds, also good at no builds. Look at where the zone is pulling. Half of it is going to get cut off and rotate. The storm is going to rotate out of where it's at to this next one. So it's actually a big rotation here for our 8 remaining teams. 24 players left. So a lot of these teams are still pretty full at this moment in time. Gaming God, D122, Void, and Unique playing good as well. A lot of our teams are having a decent amount of eliminations here today. They're sitting currently at 7. Void looks like they did get dropped in, most likely from a reboot. Their loot is looking a little bit slight right now, but you know, as long as you hit your shots, it really doesn't matter too much. D122, however, down to 1 HP. With 100 shield, they're going to be okay, but would love to try and get them a med kit or something here. And shout out Gaming God, I love that Candy Cane skin.
Yeah, and one thing I will say too, I mean, obviously it helps to know in any mode that you're playing, but like really having some of that map knowledge and everything too of where certain things are. So like, you know, while they're in that particular downtime, would love to see them try to find some sort of heals. As we see Kava Rory getting the elimination onto Peanut Monkey, switch it over. But again, like while you're not fighting and everything, trying to, you know, find a positioning that is, you know, advantageous to you, but also setting yourself up for success by making sure you find those shield and heal items, you know, while you're not getting pushed and everything. But currently this Kava team scoping out this team up on the ridge here, waiting for, as this storm is starting to rotate in, they're going to have to take this zip line tool and everything to be able to get in, but it looks like the other team is also going to be heading out as well, taking some shots in the process. There actually is a rift right there in that swamp. If they're wanting to use it, doesn't look like they're going to opt to use it right away. But again, having that map knowledge is definitely beneficial on all fronts.
Oh, absolutely. And luckily for that Kava team, they were in a really sticky spot. The storm was going to push them out, and that Wava team had them trapped. But again, luckily, the Wava team opted to rotate and not take that fight, so Kava able to successfully rotate into this next storm. We are down to our top 5 teams, 17 players still up. That means we're only down 3 total players that we could have across 5 teams. So a lot of these teams, as I mentioned earlier, still really sitting in a good spot with 4 players still up. The Potato, Verdenis, Silence, and Mohawk, that team we saw earlier on the Rock, still alive at this point. They have successfully made it into our top 5. They will be trying to play positioning again. Early rotation for this red team. It's very, very, very good to see here. We are actually down to 4 squads. I'm not sure where that 5th squad did end up going, but a little bit of friendly fire here coming. Sebi does take down, I believe it was Kava Rory in the elimination feed. We do have 5 total Kava teams here in this lobby today, so we'll be saying Kava quite a lot. Simply because of that there. But man, we are getting close to this end game, and the action is going to get crazy here in a moment as we do see Lath take down Cookie Man. Sebi is behind them. He knows that, and trying to get some shots onto Sebi. That is a hard one to hit with these shotties, though. Gonna need to reload the SMG, dropping right on top of Sebi. It is going to be basically a 1v1 here, Lath versus Sebi. Sebi actually gets a shot onto Lath, but not a lot of damage does come through. Sebi will drop, Lath will secure that one, and this Kava 1 team playing very well at the moment. But this Wava team is still here as well. We are still at our 4 teams total, 13 players still up. So we know it's Wava, 2 Kava teams, and then Mohawk's team as well.
Yeah, and it's crazy. It's going to be very, very interesting knowing how some of these teams play within the builds feature, but having to make that adjustment to the zero builds, utilizing the terrain and the buildings that are available to them to be able to take for cover and everything, not being able to build up exactly the way they want to and everything like that. I am curious to see who's going to come out on top in this particular round and then the next for sure.
Me as well. I mean, this red team for me is, I think, my dark horse for today with Mohawk, Silence, Verdena, and the Potato. Again, 0 eliminations, but as long as they get that victory royale, that doesn't really matter at the end of the day. Potato will unfortunately drop. But again, I think they're my dark horse because their positioning is just actually really, really good as we go through. Mohawk trying to drop on top of Rory there. Will actually miss the ledge, but it ends up being okay because I don't think they wanted to take that fight. Getting melted is Mohawk, though. They are the last player up for their team, 25 HP. Will successfully make it to the bush and has a mini pot to pop. Does not actually finish it. All right, now they do. They're at 50 total health. Make that 40, as they do get a little bit of drop damage, but taking that zip line, able to take down Rory, at least get the knock. That was a crazy moment there for Mohawk. Absolutely going crazy. I love that right there. Stars going to get in here as well for this Kava team. Get a really nice shot on to that player, which was Ted the Turtle. It is a Kava v Kava matchup at the moment. Ted the Turtle in a 2v2 with Lath, and Lath will drop. So Ted the Turtle, Sebi, Annihilate, and Cookie Man will come out on top here today in our first lobby. Shout out to this this open team, or I guess like Varsity 2, as I'm looking at what Kava sent over to me, but really great gameplay coming out of them there. I believe they had a total of 11, if I was seeing it correctly. Yep, a total of 11 for that Kava team. So getting the first place, 11 eliminations, that is amazing. But real quick, look at Idaho. 9th place, but dizzy. Coming in with 11 for themselves. Makes that a total of 7, 8, 19 for the whole team. Idaho looking to have a crazy game number 2. That is for sure.
Yeah, and like I said, it's very fun, I think, to see, um, like I said, the differences between build. I love seeing the builds because honestly, I'm a little jealous in the fact that I can't really do that well myself in builds by any means. It's very impressive to me, but being able to see the zero build movement and the adaptation and everything is just really, really cool to see. So I'm very, very excited to see the second round as they're just kind of getting warmed up in this sense.
Oh, absolutely. And we will be only playing 2 of these today, so we will get the second lobby up, and we will be back in about, it's usually about that 10ish minutes. So bear with us. We'll be back with that second game, and then that'll do it here for us tonight. But that was a great, great first one. Shout out to Kava. 2 Kava teams making it 1 and 2, and then I believe it was Wava that ended up one of the Wava teams. We have a couple here today as well. One of the Wava teams going out at third place, but excited for the second game. We're gonna get our players in, and we will be back.
All right, and we are officially back with round 2 of the Zero Build event here at the K12 Esports League. Going to try to get a couple more names on the stream for you today. Up here at Frigid Fortress, one of the new POIs for the season, we have Johnson Jack and that random cat. And it looks like they landed here actually by themselves potentially, so they should find some pretty decent loot around this area. There's a lot to search through and everything, as well as some good rotation items and everything. Looking like they already are getting on that boat, which is amazing for a first drop.
Absolutely, and good for that random cat and Johnson for this start. But man, looking at that elimination feed, just staring at that, Kava starting out super hot. Once again, we do see Rory and Fishy get active in the elimination feed, taking down some of the K12 PEA players that we do have today. Being that team that we saw last game of Leo Rai, Viper, 14,000, Devilish Stare, and Jet was here. A couple of those players did go down. Was not a full squad wipe, as we do see 21 of 21 still for the squads. But Kava just coming out hot, like I said, on board here with the Wava 1 team, though, who is and always Dan specifically, who is staring down this Cask team, just waiting for one of them to pop out. Cask, last game seemed like they were, I believe, Dustin, correct me if I'm wrong here, but they were one of those teams that we saw, and it was like 4 teams all together, just kind of like fighting it out, and it was just wild. Cask was one of those teams, so unfortunately in that mix we're unable to make it out, but opting this time to land in the top left corner of the map, get basically have this whole area to loot up for themselves. But little do they know that Wava team is watching them at the moment. I'm wondering if they're waiting for them to start rotating before they pounce. I think that is exactly what they're doing, which is going to be interesting to see. You know, Cass is going to be caught off guard, so Wava's probably going to have the advantage here. And it's going to be a couple players probably from both teams going down very, very quickly.
Yeah, and honestly, for this particular place on the map, there's really not a whole lot you can rotate from. You really have to kind of either go up through the mountain to Wonky Land or over here to those tree house. I can't remember exactly the name of it, the tree houses and everything, but we are going to see that team wipe onto Cask early on for this Wava team as they kind of waited that out and took the advantage there. But over here at 4 Fields and in between them and Sandy Strip, we do have one of our Kava teams, again with Fishy Stars, which we did find out Stars from the competitive season actually is Gummy. So definitely familiar with that name and everything. Fishy getting right up into the action though, onto Anthony Games. Gonna find a knock there. Is looking for a little bit more. Kava Rory able to kind of come help them out with Matthewy. And then they're going to get those couple of eliminations while the other remaining Kava team is going after the rest of that squad.
And again, it is Kava v Kava on that fight there. We do have quite a few Kava teams, as I mentioned during that game 1, in this lobby here today. So a little bit of friendly fire, but it doesn't matter what school you're from. You're only playing for the other 3 players that are on your current team in this lobby, right? So Matthew and Anthony from one of our Kava Open teams do go down. But we are switching over to one of our Vava teams here. Matt, Peekaboo, Titan Fighter, and Real Steel, who is a full varsity team, actually. The exact same players they played with for the season. In the bush is Matt DLG, getting some really good shots onto Rory. And still safe in this bush is Matt.
Yeah, they keep going after the 3 that are in the bunker. Did get Peekaboo down pretty far, and Titan Fighter not far down either. But looks like Gummy and Fishy are both down at the moment. Peekaboo getting Killer Frost in the process with this other team coming in from Lavka. But Peekaboo eventually going to go down to his cavern. Titan Fighter able to try to come in and help them out to be able to get them down as well. Looks like I Am the Walrus is going to opt to possibly rotate out, not having any shield remaining. Matt kind of keeping them at bay while the rest of this Vava team tries to get back up on its feet.
Cavern almost able to roll their way up to that hill. Could have given Walrus an opportunity to get a knock or two, but Walrus now on the Deadpool skin, just gonna rotate out, hopefully get a few of those reboots off for them. But now we are on board with Twitch TV Batman, who unfortunately for this one is a solo, but we've seen crazier things in the esports league. Batman, I believe you can make it deep into this game. Currently in the storm, luckily as always, it's just a one tick to start, so they will be able to get back to the full health, especially with that pizza as well. I do think that they know that they have, I believe it's a Waba team right in front of them, so they're slowing down here, gonna make sure they don't get seen and taken out really early in this one. As Wava also just chilling in the storm at the moment. It's so unfortunate for Batman. I mean, that player's literally right behind that Wava squad. But here we see Anthony Games back up in this one, or I'm not sure if they were one of the players that did fall for this Kava team, but they have successfully rotated to a reboot van. They are in the storm, but they are very healthy, so they will be bringing up their teammates once again. Shout out Anthony Games, good play, keep your teammates alive, bring them back in, and all those sorts of things, right? I am the Walrus, hoping to do the same thing for his team there for Lavka, but you know, gonna be a little bit difficult, sandwiched between what looks to be two teams right now, and one team crawling up on them right now. I don't know if Kava knows that Walrus is here, but I think Walrus just needs to stay in this corner, don't move, don't give off any sound cues, and they'll be able to survive.
Yeah,
Kava will eventually move on.
for sure. I think. Oh, and we see they did eventually find him, Kava Rory, though, going down. But very quickly followed up. So Lavka, that particular team going out for this round, Kava is going to be able to get their fish stick squad back up and running here as they continue on here in Sandy Strip. But over here now with Idaho, again this round, not quite as many eliminations just yet, but still kind of early in the game. As we say that, one is going to get knocked in the process. That's going to be two also getting eliminated from that team and everything, and they're going to have a chance to get healed up real quick. As this other team with Labo Star Wars, it looks like in the background, maybe coming in to possibly take position up on this team.
And again, Idaho did win our Zero Builds event last spring, so this is a team that you do need to look out for, as we are now on board with the OHBA team. Who is this red? Star Wars, not knowing that Dizzy is on the side there, gonna get burned. A lot of shield there. Dizzy with a great play, making that flank there, getting the angles. Star Wars will go down. That will be a squad wipe here for this Idaho team. Again, our winners from the last Zero Builds event we did, sitting at 12 right now. They were letting me know in the Twitch chat they're searching for a 30 bomb. Currently on track for that. And again, they did win last time, so this is a very good Zero Builds squad, a team to definitely look out for as we kind of continue to move forward here. But Yo Mama once again, Crazy and Emerald Ace currently safe from the zone. However, Idaho has quickly rotated here. Emerald Ace has not moved along with their teammate, so as long as they stay down and don't make any sound cues, I believe that Idaho will just continue to pass right on through, and it looks like that will be the case. Emerald Ace and company able to stay safe for the moment.
Yeah, it looks like Vava was able to kind of get back up on their feet. Looks like they're fully healed and ready to go. Wasn't sure. Looking kind of down here at Sebi and Cookie Man from that Kava team and everything. Thought that there may be some engagement, but not just yet. They're just currently still scoping everything out, making sure that there's nothing in the area. We'll move on. Let's see. Looks like we have some different teams still coming in and everything. Definitely see some singles and everything over here in the process. Oh, let me see if I can go. Yep. here now with Lilo and Stitch and the dev stream from our Arva team. Currently, only a team of 2 in this squad mess. We actually see the new emote from the April Fool's thing being utilized. It's so funny that the stackable now it looks like a little bit glitched, but in the process. But that's hilarious. I love to see the teamwork and the fact that they're still in the game. That's super cool with 38 remaining.
Yeah, and I didn't get a chance to call it out last game, but I always keep my eye on the elimination feed, right? Lilo and Stitch and Def able to get a few eliminations for themselves as a team of 2 in game number 1, so a little bit slower here to start this one, but I will be keeping my eye out for these 2 players as our Arva teams, say that 10 times fast, are always really consistent. You know, maybe they're not getting the most amount of eliminations or getting, you know, first places. They are consistent though, consistently placing pretty high, consistently staying alive very deep into games. And so I'll be keeping an eye out. Again, got a couple of eliminations not for game number 1, but this is our K12 PEA team that we have for the evening. Leo Rai and Jet was here still alive at this moment in time. Devilish and Viper have unfortunately dropped, and that was very, very early in the game as well. So unable to get rebooted back quite yet. There's still 1 or 2 reboot vans in the safe zone, so that possibility is not fully out, but at least for Jet and Leo Rai, very looted up.
Yeah, absolutely. And back over here with this Idaho squad, currently taking some damage though. Loganson is currently down, always down, currently has no shield. Rambo getting really, really low, trying to find a way out around this, but is coming right up on this other team as well. Looks like Dizzy is currently trying to chase them down and everything in the process. This Wava team hoping to try to stay able to get this pizza and everything, get the heals and the shield that they need. Always Dan looking like they're kind of sneaking up as Puppy Pug and Airmail don't exactly know where they went, which could be really, really good for them.
There's 2 players right behind Always Dan, though. He gets so lucky. Does Always Dan, able to survive here. And I mean, same thing with Rambo. Both players able to rotate out on their own and stay alive is actually huge. And Always Dan may be able to get a reboot off onto Logan Sun and Peanut Monkey. That would be huge for them. He's going to try and pop it now. Relatively safe. There is Batman that is coming through. Again, that solo Batman, I believe, has made it to the top 11 squads here today. Always Dan is going to be able to get this one. And we will see Logan Sun and Peanut Monkey drop back into the map here. Absolutely huge for this Wava team.
Yeah, that is for sure. And we're going to see, obviously, with that storm coming in, some of these teams starting to get that rotation in. Pretty much all in the same kind of general area and everything. Not much to go off of with the exception of Sus Studios. So going to be a lot of open space as these teams are kind of getting situated and everything. Back with Ted the Turtle and Cookie Man on this Kava team, taking some shots to the front, but also getting shot at from the back from Matthew and Anya and Voidery in them as well. Anthony Games, Lilo and Stitch and Def still in the vicinity as well, not causing much to scurry on, but Ted the Turtle and them looks like they're going to try to rotate while they can, take the cover of this overhang. But man, Rambo being right in there, as well as that Vava team, but Vava I think currently being shot at as well is not helping their situation. And there's just everybody kind of clumped up right in the same area. You see all the bunkers coming out and everything too, because obviously there's not the option of the builds, which I think is funny to see, but very, very strategic for the cover. And we see Subject Rex out there in the storm actually, already kind of playing for the zone by themselves and everything. Kind of smart in a lot of ways for sure. So that way they can avoid some of this squad material going on here.
Yeah, I mean it's a huge play here for Subject Rex as the rest of their team did drop, able to just stay in the storm, ride it out, and be safe in this next safe zone, which has become very, very small. A lot of our teams having to rotate into each other now. There has to be fights that happen. 10 squads still up, 26 players still remaining here. This Kava team with Ted the Turtle, Annihilate, Sebi, and Cookie Man, still a strong squad of 4. That cannot be said for most of our other teams here, still up. Subject Rex with 1, and it looks like either their teammates DC'd or they did unfortunately have to drop in as a solo here. Able to get 1 though and stick and stay alive till the top 8 is actually huge here for Subject Rex from OHVA. They have great positioning in this current safe zone. However, they have a big rotation to the next safe zone, that is for sure. And they have just eyes on so many players at the moment. It is it's actually kind of crazy. Hitting some good shots is Subject Rex. The pistol is strong here for them. Emerald Ace and company trying to rotate on. Gonna go on the backside of that hill. They'll be safe from Subject Rex and gonna be able to make this rotation in. Subject Rex gonna throw another bunker down, but we're on board once again with this Kava team, who again is one of the few strong teams of 4 still up in this one. Sebi taking a lot of damage, does make it into the bunker. That was huge for this team as a whole because they're also able to throw down that shield potion and get everybody's shield back to full real steel, getting absolutely melted. Able to stay alive though, and so many shots are coming down onto this Lava team. They're actually just in the mix in the middle of so many, but in the middle of all of that, we see Matt get an elimination onto Emerald Ace, and still up, taking more shots, getting more damage here onto that Kava team. This Lava team with a total of 8 eliminations at the moment, playing very, very well. Always stand for Wava, still alive here. Will unfortunately drop right there. That will be Wava, I believe, dropping at 6th place here in this game. Number 2, 5 teams up. Make that 4, as we will see Yo Mama drop officially for that one. Pika Boo Boo getting dropped here by Airmail. This Idaho team, a strong team of 4. Everybody basically at 200 shield and health respectively. It's looking real good for this Idaho team here today.
Yeah, and they're keeping this pressure up. They're not letting, trying not to let this Kava team get healed up too far in advance. Vava already opting to rotate a little further. Subject Rex currently taking on the Vava team at the moment, down to half health in the storm though.
Subject Rex gets 2.
Fighter gonna be eliminated in the process on the war shards here. Subject Rex still hanging on with just a little bit of health, but everybody's going after one another currently. Airmail trying to get up into a different position here. And man, this is just going insane. Cookie Man taking some shots here from the ridge onto these players below as they're kind of rotating and everything. Dizzy's gonna go down. Currently, just Airmail, and now Idaho going down. And it looks like Lava with Cookie Man and Sebi and all them getting the win for this round 2.
My goodness gracious, that actually was nuts. Those that the last moment there with those final 3 teams was crazy. Subject Rex somehow able to get 2 and survive to the top 3. Does eventually get taken out, and then if you're watching the numbers, it ended up actually being a 4v4 to end out that game. And somehow that Kava team does come out on top with quite a few eliminations. Idaho was just prepped and primed to take that victory royale, but as we got to that last last engagement there, they got a little bit, I don't know if it was a misplay or what, but they got a little bit unlucky with the positioning. They got stuck on that bottom side of the hill. I believe Dizzy was the first to go down, and they were trying to either throw another bunker down to be able to res them, or just I think the storm was also pushing them, so they're worrying about that too. I mean, all the things were happening there, but we will see Kava come out on top in that game as well. So shout out Ted the Turtle, Annihilate, Sebi, and I'm so sorry I'm forgetting your name there. But shout out that team as a whole. That was so much fun, Dustin. That was fun. We love Zero Builds. We love builds too, but it's always great to get a different look and play some different game modes and give our players at the K12 Esports League a chance to play something different because you can be really good at both builds and zero builds, but you can definitely be better in one or the other. And we definitely see that with our Idaho team, who played super amazing. You know, they're good at builds, but I can definitely tell that zero builds is their comfort space, right?
Mhm.
So this was a whole lot of fun, man. That is for sure. Shout out to was it the same Kava team that won game one and game two?
Oh no, you put me on the spot like that.
Great question,
I
right?
don't think so. I think it was actually a different Kava team, if I'm not mistaken. But I
I think
could.
I think it was Rory and Lathan them.
Yes, yes, that's right.
Uh,
Yeah, that is correct, I believe. So
yeah, regardless if we're correct or incorrect, we apologize. It was just a great day of Fortnite no builds, and we're out of practice, guys. We're not in the season, right? um, with that, everyone. I'm gonna give my closing thoughts and send it over to Dustin, and we'll close it out here for the evening. Shout out to all of our players for joining us here in an event that is off season. Again, they did not have to come and play this one, but I hope they all had so much fun. We see y'all in the Twitch chat. We appreciate you so much. With that, as always, to our players, thank you to your parents, learning coaches, guardians. Thank you to y'all as well. And of course, shout out to the coaches. With that, thank you so much for tuning in today. I think that's going to do it for me. Dustin, real quick, talk to us about some of the spring programming we have coming up.
yeah, absolutely. We actually just started something yesterday. It's the Unreal Engine Fortnite Edition workshop where we're kind of going over some of the simple editing for the game design software. It's completely free for to download the software and everything within your Epic Games launcher. If you're interested, we still have 3 weeks left of that. Definitely send out the recording from the first week so that way we can get you caught up. Next week, we're actually going to be starting a 3 week Super Smash Solos tournament, which is going to be super competitive. I actually heard or saw a chat come through asking if that was
Yep.
going to be streamed. We're not going to be able to stream that within our first week just because of how many matches we do have to do, but hoping to at least get some of the last couple weeks. We'll kind of see how that works out. So we will have something, just not sure what that looks like just yet. And then obviously staying tuned for next month. We're going to be having like a chess one-off event as well as another Fortnite solos event that will be builds and everything for everybody to be able to participate in. And then we'll keep everybody posted to see if there's anything else kind of coming out in the process. But we'll be on stream off and on, try to get it scheduled out as soon as we can. But yeah, definitely join us for that Unreal Engine and stay tuned for some of that action for Super Smash coming up this month. But yeah, we appreciate you. Awesome
Hmm.
job to our teams tonight. Kind of being adaptive to that zero build piece, as well as some of those new elements within the season. I know some of them have been playing for a little while, but yeah, it is definitely a difference from when we were in competitive season to where it is now. Obviously, making that adaptability changes and everything like that.
Hmm.
So, but with that being said, I don't have anything else. Robbie, do you have anything else before we officially close out?
I don't think so. As always, I mean, we're broken records. Thank you guys for real, guys and girls. We appreciate every single one of you. With that, we hope you enjoy the rest of your Thursday. We hope you have a fantastic weekend, and we'll see y'all soon with some more off-season K12 Esports League action before the end of the school year. So until then, you all take care.